help if I take that off. What a good way to start the show, huh? What is going on, everybody?
Good.
NFL season, week 1. It's here. You smell it? Smell it in the air? It's there. It's you know, women around this time, they smell pumpkin lattes and Uggs and fall things. Us guys, it's pigskins, buffalo wings, and beer.
Grass.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful time
Football.
of the year. It's miserable. It's miserable outside, which means any of you guys that had or were almost suckered into going pumpkin picking or apple picking or anything, you got out of it. The rain, week 1, we're here, NFL season. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tailgate. Myself, Joe Algieri, along with the illustrious Dolphins. I won't finish that. D-Rider.
Be right back.
Mr. Jeff Scarola. Oh, hold on. He's taking a step. He's taking a step away. We're going to break down everything. We are going to be your pre-show from the fans' perspective. We're going to take calls, comments, lives, everything. Mr. Ray Smarsh checking in. Mr. Smarsh, hold on. You're here with us. We got a little Diet Dr. Pepper action going. Ray is here with us.
Next week. He'll be here next week.
Yeah, he'll be here next week as well as the returning Billy Punch.
Yeah.
This is it right here. Ray, this is it. Colts jersey, baby. Come on, you got to represent. I don't care how bad we're going to be this year. But let's get into it. Week 1, a lot of changes, a lot of new faces, a lot of things going on. We're going to work it down. So let's start with a good matchup. Okay, I think it's going to be a fun matchup. 2 top 10 picks facing off against each other. We're going to head down to wonderful. They're playing in Atlanta. It's going to be Carolina and Atlanta. So it's going to be, Bijan Robinson and that 3-headed monster versus, Bryce Young and the new look Panthers. What do you think about it?
I'm not really sold on Ritter at all. I like Bijan. I think he's going to explode. Maybe not so much maybe the first game. Not really. Panthers defense isn't great, but a lot of rookie running backs, they come in, they don't get a lot of touches. I'm more convinced that the Falcons are going to win. I'm taking them with the points.
You're already giving picks. Look at you, giving picks already.
Yeah,
Jesus,
I'm laying point. Yeah, no, I'm not messing around. But Ritter's the only problem. As for the Panthers, it's going to be a transition year. They're going to be not very good, but you're going to have the quarterback. He's going to be. I don't know. I'm not really convinced on the quarterback, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I think it's going to be Bijan's day, and I think the Falcons are going to go.
Well, you know what? Listen, I kind of
Kyle Pitts.
Express.
That's my guy.
Yeah, well, Kyle Pitts was probably the guy that I seen the most on the busts for fantasy purposes this year. But regardless, what I'm hoping they don't do with Bijan is what they did with my good boy Jahmyr Gibbs on Thursday night, where Jahmyr Gibbs looked like the better running back, but they kept feeding the ball to Montgomery. So you got to remember, he's going into Atlanta. You got Mr. Resourceful. His new title, actually, his new position is called the Joker position, Cordell Patterson. And then you also have Tyler Algier. That's a loaded running back room. I expect Bijan to kind of jump it, but I just don't want him to. Yeah,
that's the only thing. Rookie running backs. The problem is they don't get a lot of touches. There for Nick Chubb, I think got like 3 touches in his debut, and that's the only problem. And then I saw Gibbs on Thursday night, and he definitely was a better running back. Why they didn't use him, I don't know. But I don't know if they like the easiest guys in, whatever it is. You got to go with the best available. Bijan's the best available. Algier is more of the. I would use him more for like the back, like the blocking, catching, things like that. But Bijan's the guy. Let him go. Give him 20.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm looking forward to that game. I think it's going to be fun. And my old coach is there. Frank Reich takes over in Carolina. I think he got the shaft.
Good coach to have there. Like
he's solid coach.
Organization. I think that's a good smart move.
Absolutely. So let's move up to a game that should be a little bit less competitive. We're going to travel up into the good DC area. We're going to both games in the DC area today should be the most least competitive games of the day.
Yeah.
Supposedly. So we're gonna go Ravens Texans. So another top 3 pick in CJ Stroud takes the helm for the Houston Texans. You know, I can't see this being much of a game. I really don't. Fantasy implications there really are none. The only thing that we're watching now is Mark Andrews was listed as questionable. They said he's game time decision. So hopefully just I would put him in your flex position for fantasy purposes. Make sure that he's not locked up. But yeah, I mean, anything on this game, Jeff? I mean, like, is there anything really to say?
I have Lamar Jackson in 3 of my fantasy leagues out of 4. So I'm looking for a big day for him. I don't want to blow out too much though, because then they'll take him out and you lose a lot. So I'm kind of hoping it stays somewhat close enough. But yeah, I'm just gonna be rooting for Lamar Jackson. Ravens, just given 10. You can give them 15. I think it's not even going to be close. I think the Ravens just rout them. It's another year of everyone's talking about how the Ravens, possible Super Bowl contenders. We'll see. Every year, I feel like everyone says them. I feel like they say Dallas. I feel like they, what's the other teams they normally say? And then it never comes true ever. But those are the main 2 teams. But, yeah, no, J.K. Dobbins.
I'm
all about Lamar and Odell.
That's yes.
Odell's having a comeback year. I think he's gonna have a comeback year.
So Odell is one of the guys that I targeted in my that 12 to 15 round in my drafts. Some people are still very skeptical on him. I'm very eager to see what he provides to Lamar, because this year is probably the best set of weapons that Lamar has ever had between him and the monster they drafted from BC in Zay Flowers. It's there's no excuses for Lamar this year.
The OBJ train, man. I think he's coming back. He took the year off. I mean, he looked good. And I mean, in the Super Bowl and leading up to it, I mean, he looked pretty good in LA, but lose knee out. Kind of hurt me on a few picks with that, but it's it's in the past, and I'm not going to talk about that anymore. But
listen, last time we saw Lamar, he was last time we saw Odell, he was on his way to a Super Bowl MVP if it wasn't for that knee injury.
Yeah, and I was on my way to a couple bucks dollars in my pocket, but we're not, again, that's in the past. I'm not talking about that anymore. That's in the past.
It's in the past. We're going to move to the future. Now, speaking of another team that's looking for the future, because they have no intention on winning any games this year, the perfect segue is the Arizona Cardinals. They travel from the West Coast to the East Coast. They take on the Washington Commanders. Sam Howell. I believe this is his first official start. Am I right? Wrong? No. Sam Howell, or he might have started.
He may have started.
I don't know. I know he was a North Carolina quarterback. That's all I know.
Yeah, and honestly, I think he's the guy. I think he's the guy in Washington. I think the guy.
Bieniemy knows how to work with people.
That's gonna make a big difference. That's gonna make a huge difference, I think. You just saw. I mean, just look at Kansas City. I mean, granted he was. Mahomes was missing. He was missing people. I get it, but
yeah, cadaverous Tony was. He looked dead.
Dude, with Bieniemy last year, they looked good. Even when Kelsey was out, no Tyreek anymore. Like, they still found a way. Where this past Thursday, I don't know if Dan Campbell turned that.
I think I'll be honest with you. We'll
love
touch
Dan
base
Campbell.
on.
Love Dan Campbell.
I think the Lions deserve a lot more credit than they're getting for that win on Thursday. Yeah. I think that defense led by Hutchinson, that he made a difference.
He's
you know what I'm saying? Like, look at what he was doing. Look at what he was doing to the right tackle. The right tackle was in the backfield the whole game. It was a full start every time. But whatever, we're not going to get into that.
But he still found a way. No, Hutchinson is the real deal. I like him a lot. That dude is.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, I can't see. I think this Arizona team is probably going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL history. I don't see them winning a game. They have kind of like shifted in. I think they're all in.
No, they're going for Caleb Williams. They're not going to get him. Papa Williams said, no, not happening.
Yeah,
Not
so
listening.
that's the only way that he's not ending up on that team.
Eli Manning's
I think the Kyle Murray train has seen its course. I think they're tired of him, his Call of Duty antics.
well, the
I
new
think they're
guys
just
came in. They didn't draft them. New guys came
yeah.
in. They want to bring in their own guy. And yeah, dude, I watched Caleb last night. Like, I mean,
He's good.
he's so good. He's
Yeah.
so. I mean, they weren't playing like they, it was like a monster team. But USC is not like a very good team. Defensively, they give up a lot of points. But dude, I watched this one throw. He scrambled on the run through it about, I don't know, 116 miles an hour right into the end zone. Perfect shot. Little window. It was this dude's no joke. I
Yeah,
think
no,
so
he's
good.
definitely talented.
Wait till next
I
year.
mean, they're rolling into a Commanders team who I really think that last year the Chase Young injury hurt their defense. I think that defense is going to be a big unit. I'm starting them this week defensively, going against Josh Dobbs, who has a total of 68 attempts in the NFL. And I can't see it. I think this is a game where it makes you think, though, why is this spread so low?
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at a game like this. This is only a touchdown game. You can't tell me that the Commanders are only a touchdown better than this team. I mean, the Commanders are not a top tier team, but they're a solid enough team, and that defense. They have a solid run game. Wide receivers are good, and Sam Howell seems to be, like you said, the guy.
I think he's the guy.
There's a bunch of games this week. We'll
I
get
also
into a
thought
few of
Heineke
them.
was the guy.
Yeah. Well,
Heineke's
Heineke's.
the guy. But I mean, I think this is the guy now. This is the guy. I'm going to hit on it.
I think Heineke's going to be the guy in Atlanta because I think Desmond Ritter has a very short leash, but it is what it is. So let's move on. Let's go to the next game. This one is a game that I'm actually heavily invested in fantasy wise. We're going to Cleveland, to the Deshaun Rub and Tug Watson's hometown. This is the year. I think Cleveland has to be the biggest dark horse Super Bowl wise.
Now let me ask you, what do you think about Deshaun Watson? What do you think about him coming into this year?
I think that
as a person,
he's I'm not allowed to say that online. Listen, he's
changed as a person though.
You know what? His name wasn't in the media. So listen. Everyone is human. Everyone makes mistakes. I get it. It is what it is. I'll never understand as a professional athlete why some of these guys. Yeah.
Deshaun Watson, the pervert.
Listen, we've had athletes do this. We've had presidents receive oral in the Oval Office. We've seen it all before. This has happened, right? I'll never understand the stupidity though on a lot of these guys. Like, for me, one of the players I was looking most forward to watching after last year was Jameson Williams on the Lions. And then you go and do something stupid where you get suspended for betting on a game. Leave that to the regular people like us. We will handle that for you. Yeah, okay?
I tried to pick him late rounds, but
the kid's going to be a monster in that offense.
Somebody snagged him, and
it is what it is. I really believe this. I can't even believe the sentence about to come out of my mouth. I really believe that this is Cleveland's year. I think that their defense is stout. Their offense. I think if you get Deshaun Watson from Houston, this is going to be a very quick season for that NFC North because they are a very, very good team. Amari Cooper has had a resurgence there. When he had a great year last year, and he only got part of Deshaun. Njoku, Chubb is now, he knows the backfield is his and his alone. I am all in on Cleveland this year. All in on Cleveland.
Yeah, I wouldn't go all in. They're still Cleveland. I think they're going to be good. I don't think they're going to be bad. They're not going to be like the normal Cleveland, but they're still Cleveland. They're still around. It doesn't matter. I would love to go with them, but in reality, now I'll never bet against Joe Burrow. It's very hard to.
But he's not healthy.
I'll give you one stat. He's healthy. He's fine. I'll give you one stat. It's Joe Burrow straight up against the Browns in his career, 1-4. He's due for another win. So I can't. So I'm going with the Bengals. I'm going with the Bengals. Even
I'm
I don't like
gonna
going
reserve.
dogs, but
I'm going
I
to
got
reserve my picks along with our two illustrious cohorts till a little bit later on. We'll go through all those.
that's fine. I'll
But
give
yeah,
you mine.
it's I like Cleveland.
Use mine.
I just think Cincinnati, they've been good the last couple of years.
Yep.
But again, I just think that they're poised for a little bit of a regression. I don't think they made the moves that they needed to on defense. That defense wasn't great. I just think that, the three-headed monster is only going to carry them so far. And that offensive line is not
Last year,
fantastic. That offensive line is not fantastic. It really is.
No, it's not good. It's not good.
Yeah,
but I think
so-
Burrow was better, so it doesn't really matter. I mean,
I get it.
but yeah, T. Higgins last year, I think. I don't think they're gonna try and re-sign him. So that's
No, listen,
the rumor out there.
Listen, there seems to be a lot of wide receivers not being re-signed and on the move, and one of them is in the next game we're going to cover. It's we're traveling up to Minnesota, who has petitioned the NFL to only have 1:00 games, so Kirk Cousins never has to play in primetime ever.
Yeah,
because he is horrific.
Well,
in primetime,
maybe in primetime, but I think Did you watch Quarterback? The Netflix documentary?
If you haven't watched that, you need to watch it to understand. I've always understood that the quarterback position in football is the hardest position to play. That gives you a whole nother level of respect and understanding about what those guys go through.
One thing I'm heavily in on Cousins this year. Just after watching that, I don't know if he's gonna be good, but after watching that, I'm a huge fan now. And I do hate Mahomes' wife just as much. So like that.
Oh well, his wife and his brother can, if they just disappeared off the face of the planet.
Care less about either of them. Malaysian flight, send them, gone.
Yeah,
Don't care.
yeah. Let that one disappear. This is another game. Minnesota finally sees the window. They no longer have Aaron Rodgers in their division. So they see the window to a possible NFC North division, but who knows? And then
can I make a bold prediction right now for the NFC?
Go ahead.
The North.
Sure.
I think it's the Bears' year. I think any team except for the Packers can win that division.
I'm picking Detroit to win the division,
that's not a bad one. But I think for some reason the Bears are going to just sneak it out.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. I like that team, and I'm going to throw you a curveball right now. We know we didn't plan on this, but later on, me and you, we're going to pick our divisions all the way to the Super Bowl, and I'm going to throw you under the gun here. Tampa Bay, they've already said Mike Evans is probably going to be traded. He's definitely not being re-signed. They're looking at, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, as of the other day, Giants and Patriots are the two leaders, I guess, to trade for his services. Baker Mayfield, this is it. This is the last hurrah for him. He's gonna do what he can. Kyle Trask, who's a fan favorite in our group chat, is right behind him.
I'm not. Yeah, dude. Yes, I'm a Gator guy. I have been trying to literally just wish Trask into a game. I think way better than. I think he's better than Baker for sure. He doesn't have as much experience, but I think if you give him a good 6 weeks to really get out there and do it, I think that's your guy. I do, but.
I'm just looking at this offense, though.
I'm never sold on Baker, man. I wasn't sold on him with the hype, and when he got drafted. I've never been on that hype. I liked him. I think he's funny. I think he's a great actor for commercials. I think that's what he should be doing after football.
Right. Those State Farm commercials are fantastic.
Yeah, I don't think he's a football player.
But I'm looking at this Tampa Bay, this Tampa Bay offense, and you got Mike Evans, you got Chris Godwin. But then that's really about it. You have
go to him.
just he has nothing here. I mean, the defense still has, it has a lot of names, right? You still got Vita Vea, you still got Devin White, you still got Levante David, Shaquille Barrett, Antoine Winfield. Like, you still have those names, which and I think that defense is going to keep them in a lot more games. But I think that offense is really the weak link on this.
Yeah,
on this.
The problem with that, I feel, is when it comes to the offense, the defense I think is going to be very good. The problem is, can the offense stay on the field long enough to give the defense the rest? Otherwise, the defense is going to shit. I don't care what names you pop out. If they're going on if there's a 3 and out like every other drive and they're not letting them rest, it doesn't matter how good those guys are. They're going to eventually get tired, and that's going to be the end of it. So the
Very
defense
true.
will go only as far as what the offense will give them.
Absolutely. And you normally for a team like that, you want a good run game. I'm not huge on Ricard White. I'm just not. But let's travel to the Steel City, where we have one of a couple West Coast teams traveling to the East Coast, which normally they don't fare well, right? West Coast teams traveling to East Coast for 1 o'clock start time. You got the San Francisco 49ers and the Purdy Party. Okay, coming to the Steel Town and seeing Mr. Pickett.
Rock and roll all night and Purdy all day.
Yes,
whatever it is. Whatever. It might be the backwards. I don't
Yeah, care. Whatever it is. But it's seeing
all night and Purdy every day. Yeah,
that's it. That was the one.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing Pickett. We're seeing
Nailed
Pickett.
It. Nailed it.
Done. Pickett year 2. Mike Tomlin. He's all in on Pickett. He sees it. He likes it. You got another 2-headed monster in that backfield with Najee and Jaylen Warren, who for me is the sleeper of all running backs this year. I think Jaylen Warren eventually overcomes Najee Harris, but that's besides the point.
Well, I like Two Glove Kenny. I watched him in college. I liked him in college. I liked him last year. I thought he took huge steps, and I think he's going to have a breakout year, I think, this year. I think he's that good. The problem is
he doesn't have enough merchandise.
I do like Pittsburgh. I do like the Steelers. I don't – is it bad to say I think that streak ends this year of Tomlin being over, 500 and over?
Hey, listen, all streaks are meant to end.
I think
everything's meant to end.
It's the year it ends, but I don't think it's going to be because of Kenny Pickett. I think Kenny Pickett is huge. I think he's going to have a great year. I think fantasy wise, I don't know if I'd start him, but I definitely have him on the team if he was available. But I'm a Kenny 2 Glove guy, but I don't like the Steel. Especially I don't know. I'm just not sold on the Steelers this year. I think the streak ends this year. I think it does, and I think San Fran they're a Super Bowl contender. They're huge. They're going to be really good. I just don't know. Brock Purdy is actually. Do you think it's Brock Purdy being a quarterback and being good, or do you think because he's in the Shanahan system? Do you think if he leaves that system, do you think he's Brock Purdy?
I think he's a product of that team. And listen, I think that if you went into the huddle with Christian McCaffrey behind you, George Kittle and Debo and all these weapons that
good offensive line.
We could probably complete some passes. Not many, but we could probably complete a few. Listen, I think Purdy is there to not lose the game. I think he is the prototypical game manager. He reminds me very much of an Alex Smith. He is that game manager where he is, that's what he wants.
San Fran's good team.
For me, every time I notice there is someone gets that big bag, which we just saw Bosa get, they kind of ship it in, listen.
I saw something last night that made me think of this. The 49ers are playing Madden, and they turned off the cap. I feel like all their guys are the highest paid guys at their positions, and
I'll never understand it.
I don't know. I think they turn the option off, and they're just going. It's crazy, but
why have my thing is why bother having a cap at this point? If you why have a cap
People
when
owners
you're
have
gonna?
a lot of money. A
Well,
lot.
it's not even that. It's like like
Spread
then
it
you're
around.
gonna go to your quarterback and say, "Oh, let's restructure your deal to more guaranteed money so we could free up cap." So just get rid of the
Yeah.
cap. Just get rid
Yeah,
of the
no,
thing.
well, at least adjust it or something. I don't mind a
Yeah.
cap. I don't really mind it because, but then, like that's what it comes out to. The rich owners just kind of weed out the little ones, and some people want to,
That
it's. I
happens.
mean, I don't care. I'm actually cool with it either way. I think adjusting it would work better. Adjusting the caps to make it a little bit, better. But I mean,
That's what it is. All right. Let's head to the bachelorette party, capital of the world. We're gonna head down to good old Nashville, Tennessee. Wait, hold on. Actually, wait. Where are they playing?
I'm gonna live there.
No, they're in the Saints. They're playing the Saints. So Tennessee is playing the Saints in New
New
Orleans.
Orleans. New
Yes, they're
Orleans.
in New Orleans. Well, you know what? My statement still stands corrected. Still stands as fact because New Orleans is probably second or third on
New
the
Orleans.
bachelor party capital of the world. But
I
all
didn't have
right,
a party.
neither
Kind
did
of
I.
sad about that. I mean, I'll have it
Yeah,
eventually, but like,
yeah. I
I don't want
mean,
to be too old and do it because then you look like a fucking idiot. But
you're a Dolphins fan, so you're used to it.
I want to go to Miami actually for a bachelor party and go to a Dolphins game.
I'm in. I'm in.
All right.
A lot of new faces in this game. You got a new quarterback, Derek Carr, after being in Oakland and Las Vegas,
Mhm.
takes his talents to New Orleans. You got DeAndre Hopkins in Tennessee. A lot of new faces. Does Fitzpatrick? No, excuse me. Does Tannehill make it through the whole season as quarterback with Will Levis, who I wanted my Colts to draft, sitting in the
Mayonnaise
background?
in his coffee is weird.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's going against him. He puts mayonnaise in his coffee, and I think that's
Weird.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Listen, I've put butter in my coffee, but
I'm a mayo
not
guy.
mayonnaise.
I get it, but like,
Not my coffee.
not my coffee, dude.
No, definitely not. This is a game, honestly. Like Alvin Kamara is suspended, I believe, for first 4 games, so he's going to be out. I mean,
Mark Andrews is out. I don't know if that was 100%, but
okay, so
it is
he just got marked out because
downgraded inactive.
yes, okay,
I
so
still don't think it matters. They can inactive half the team, and I think they're still going to beat up on
no,
the.
yeah, absolutely. So, like as we kind of broke earlier in the show, to keep him in the flex position, so he wasn't tying up your tight end position just in case he was ruled out, and
Yeah.
he in fact is now ruled out. And we'll keep you up to date with all of your fantasy and injury as much as we can until we're off the air. This is a game, like I said, this is a game that it does nothing for me. Yeah, it's just nothing. Literally does nothing for me. I really hope Tennessee loses by 1,000,000 just because they're in the AFC South
Never
with
count
my
out
Colts.
Vrabel. One thing I've learned: never count out Vrabel.
Yeah, but I've also learned that Vrabel, unlike his tenure in New England as a coach, always comes up short.
No, you see, because he usually wins the games that when everyone's like Titans are done, and then he wins, man. Like he's a hard guy to bet against, not because they're good, but for some reason, like when you bet against him, that's when he's at his best. I don't know. They're a scary team. It's weird. Can't really explain it, but it's weird. But Vrabel.
Oh, so we just got a nice comment on Twitter. Lorenzo, if you'd like to jump on the show anytime, just let me know. I see that you were born in Switzerland, so anytime you want to come by, just let us know.
Yeah.
We can. Yeah, Lorenzo Van. Well, he's obviously a fan of How I Met Your Mother because it's Lorenzo von Mandenhorn. But yeah, so he just asked who are these clowns.
Oh,
it's nice.
Clowns,
it's
dude!
nice.
You're fucking Switzerland, douchebag. Fucking
Well,
break.
yeah. Regardless. Anyway, let's head up. Let's do the next. Let's finish up the 1:00 slate. I think we're done with the 1:00 slate. No, we saved the best for last. My Indianapolis Colts at home with a bunch of new faces as well, taking on perceivably everybody's Super Bowl favorite in the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Urban Meyer era has officially ended in Jacksonville. Yeah. this has completely ended. Yeah, whatever. I mean, there's a lot of them in the NFL, bro. It's just a lot of them. That's what it is.
He like doubles down on it. He just don't give a shit. Like he
doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
But yeah, so I mean, listen, there's a lot of guys that I'm interested to see right now. I think Calvin Ridley comes back. Oh, hold on, we just got another one. This is definitely someone who knows you, Jeff.
Yeah, I don't know if you're from Sweden or Switzerland.
Yeah, well, this says Jeff needs to watch his mouth, or the playbook is coming for him.
Yeah, whatever. You can bring the playbook. I can give a shit.
Yeah, so it is what it is. I'd love to know who this
Thanks
is.
for watching. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but I appreciate it. We're glad to reach our international audience. But yeah, so this is the first game for Anthony Richardson. I have not been very shy to say that this is not the guy I wanted. The guy is very limited at the quarterback position, has a super low completion percentage, and the only reason why they drafted him was because Steichen had good luck, had success with Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia last year, so they wanted to give him a quarterback similar structure. I wanted Will Levis. Our team has always been good with a solid pocket producer. I think that this whole running, cheerleader quarterback that just likes to run, it's run first, throw second. It's not sustainable. And your guy is a prime example because your guy is one concussion away from a wheelchair for the rest of his life.
He took jujitsu, man. He took jujitsu. Did you see him take falls? Did you see it? Did you see him take falls now, though? He's not just going back. He's rolling.
Yeah, so now he's rolling. He's doing he's doing backflips. Yeah. Okay.
So,
listen, for me, and like I said, I'll go through my picks later. For me, I think this is the biggest trap game, and I'm not even trying to sound like a homer. There is no way you're telling me that Jacksonville is only 4.5 points better than the Indianapolis Colts at this current structure right now. Our defense has two guys starting a cornerback that I don't even know who they are. Okay. On our defense, you have Shaq, aka Darius Leonard, and DeForest Buckner. Those are the only two names you have on our defense. Our running back is on the PUP list because he didn't want to get paid, or he didn't get paid.
Right.
Our wide receivers are Michael Pittman and then a bunch of cast of characters. Pittman. Yeah, he's the only one.
Yeah, I like Pittman.
We added Isaiah McKenzie. The one kid that I do like is Josh Downs. I'm looking forward to seeing him play. The kid's got a little burst, so I'm trying to figure out. But I just something screams.
Don't forget, you also got Jonathan Taylor. He's still on the team. Is JT on the team? Is he playing today? Is he active? No, he's not.
No, he's not active.
I thought he was still on the team.
Somewhat. Sort of.
Anyway,
he's on our payroll.
I mean, and I know you were talking about Richardson and the running quarterback, but like, dude, he's like 6'4", 6'5". He's like 250. He's not a normal quarterback. He's a linebacker playing quarterback. That's
well, the one thing I will say is the other day I heard that
talent out of any of these quarterbacks. I think that guy's ceiling is huge. It's just a matter of can you get it out of him. That dude's got an arm. He's a friggin' brick house. Like he's gigantic. He's quick. I don't know, man. I think if you can hone in, if whoever's, I don't know what your guys are doing, but if they can hone in on him, and dude, I think he could be really, really good. I mean, really, really good.
We shall see. Like I said, I was not very high on the pick, but again,
yeah.
Is why I'm sitting here. Is why I'm sitting here doing the show with you and not in the NFL offices.
Yeah.
4:00 slate. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 games. One that's near and dear to your heart. Another trap game, and then 2 games that are going to be like watching paint dry. So let's get the paint drying out of the way. We got Raiders Broncos. Yeah.
It's cool, man.
Sean
Payton's back. Sean Payton's back. That'd be fun to watch. I want to see what he does with Russell Wilson, so I'm kind of curious about that game a little bit.
This is a game like you're only watching it like if for some reason you drafted anyone on these two teams, which I did not. I avoided these two teams like they were the plague. I did
I don't
not.
think I have anybody on those teams. No,
Yeah.
I do. I have one. It's the backup tight end though, so it's not a big deal. But
Okay. So he's irrelevant.
he'll be
Another.
at the beginning of the year. But the problem is you're like Garoppolo in Vegas. I would be careful.
That's dangerous.
That's a recipe for a disaster.
Yeah. So all right, we're gonna go up to Green Bay. The Jordan Love era has begun. Aaron Rodgers is now a New York Jet. For anyone that's that's still breaking news, and Aaron Rodgers is a New York Jet. What do you see in Jordan Love, Jeff? I mean, like, is this? They have this.
He's a highlight quarterback to me. Like I mean, granted, we haven't seen much of him. The only time I really saw him was when his family was like up in the back upper deck, where I believe that Kansas City put their family. Like that was disrespectful. But I watched a little bit of him. I think he's more of a highlight quarterback. Like if you show the highlights, you're like, wow, this guy's really good. But if you watch him like every day, I don't know. I haven't really seen him enough to even have a real opinion on him. But you played behind Aaron Rodgers for what, 3 years, and you sat there and you watched him.
You had to have learned something.
Yeah.
Listen, he's going to be without his top. He's going to be without his top.
No Christian Watson.
No Christian Watson. So that means Romeo Doubs. For me, my sleeper tight end for fantasy this year is Luke Musgrave.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
I think he's going to have a big game today. Spread the middle of the field. Aaron Jones needs to carry. No pun intended, but he's going to have to carry the bulk of the.
Yeah, just give it to Dylan when you're close.
Yeah, I hate that. It sucks so much. On the other side, you mentioned it. Mentioned it before. You're high on the Bears. This is another team that I think is very well coached. Makes a lot of the right decisions. Justin Fields looks poised to make another jump. I'm big. I won't say all in. I've used that term too much today.
Yeah,
we're gonna get rid of that term. I am very, very high on Khalil Herbert this year.
I'm just high.
Yeah.
Yeah,
as I would expect you to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just love the Bears this year. Obviously, I don't think they're going to go too far, but I think they can win a division. I think Justin Fields kind of has a good year. It was honestly, I mean, if he could start throwing the ball a bit more, you could just kind of really just have a QB spy on him and just really just follow him around. He's fast, though. I mean, you have to put someone really quick on him, but he needs, if he in the offseason, if he started working more on his throws, he could be good. And I'm not really big on any Ohio State quarterbacks ever. But he looks okay. I mean, but between that, I think, revamping a little bit of the offense for him. Defense should be good. Line should be good. I think they have a really good shot at having a good year. I don't think they're like Super Bowl teams or playoff.
No, but I think a wild card is their basement.
Yeah, and I think, especially if you were a Bears fan for so long and you dealt with the shit that you've had, especially the last coach. God, is he an idiot? But I feel like, wait, isn't he the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs now? Because there was a play where it seemed like something totally he would do. What was it, 3rd and short, and you took the ball out of Mahomes' hands and you tried to
with Tony of all people. Tony single-handedly lost that game for the Chiefs.
He won it for the Lions, though, so you got to look at it both ways.
Yeah, both sides. But all right, so let's go up to the Pacific Northwest. We got Seattle at home hosting the Rams. The Rams are just an injury list running team. No Cooper Kupp. Yeah, it's going to be bad. I think this is going to be the swan song for Matthew Stafford. I think this is it. They don't really have everything. I'm very big on Higbee. We'll get into that later with our pick 4 parlay. But yeah, I think Higbee's total. Seattle, I just want to see if Geno Smith can repeat. And I'm very, very eager to watch Zach Charbonnet out of UCLA. I think that he is going to be a monster in the backfield for them, and he's gonna be the vulture to Kenneth Walker.
So let me ask you. So, I like Seattle. I have Kenneth Walker on my team. Love it. Question though. Are the Rams bad enough to tank? Like, do you think if they start like losing, do you think they pull Stafford and then they just try and go all? I shouldn't say all in, but try and go get Caleb Williams in the draft because I feel like his dad would be okay with that. We go to the Rams and McVay.
So
that would be scary though. I don't want to go there, but that would.
Do they have? Well, here's the first question. Do they have a first round pick this year?
Oh, it's a good point. Yeah, you know what? They trade all their picks.
They may not have a first round pick this year.
Yeah, dude, I think the first pick that they always get is usually like the third or fourth round. Like they gave.
Yeah, I think the Lions are. Right. I think the Lions are hoping for a whatchamacall because I'll be honest with you, there's another player sitting around that I would love for my Colts to get. Okay, and it would just be like a.
I'm gonna look it up.
It'd be like so nice to see him in a Colts jersey, just so he could be like his dad. I would love to see the Colts get their hands on Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, that'd be good. He looks really good so far too. I will take wide receivers out of Ohio State. Quarterbacks, never.
But yeah, so I mean, this is Swanson. I don't think, to answer your question though, Jeff, and I want to move on from this game. To answer your question, I think that no, because I feel as if though they do go the route of tanking, they may run the risk of not only losing their quarterback, but you have to remember Sean McVay has not to say threatened, but he has teetered on that retirement line quite a bit. And I don't know if he's going to want to partake in a full rebuild.
Imagine talking about retirement when you're like, I don't know, was he 32 years old?
It's wild. So let's go into the two big.
Maybe on the way, he's going to have to pay for that kid. So
yeah, I know. Let's go into the two big games here for the 4:00 spread. We're going to go in, the 425s. Yeah. So Dolphins Chargers game that's near and dear to your heart as you being a Dolphins fan. Also the highest total on the board. This is a big game for you guys this year. I was, you guys were rumored in the Jonathan Taylor.
Still not out of it. Still not out of it.
That you guys are hoping that Indianapolis comes down a little bit from their asking price. And this year, the Chargers seem to be motivated to kind of get over that hurdle that they haven't been able to, and I'm over here watching live for Sunday morning football on ESPN. And so far, two of the first three guys have picked the Packers to beat the Bears.
Whatever. They don't know anything. But as for now, the Chargers, if I recall, I don't know if they're going to – after that loss to Jacksonville last year.
That was bad.
That was bad.
Bad.
That was a punch in the gut. I don't know if they're going to come back from that. I don't know. But
yeah, that was definitely a bad loss.
I love Justin Herbert. I'm not going to say I wanted him over Tua, but I wasn't going to be bad if he got him over Tua. But either way, I love Herbert. I'm not going to pick against the Dolphins and the Chargers because Dolphins always beat them. So it's just they can't beat the Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, Waddle. Now you got Mostert. Dude, it's the thing with the Dolphins is they are the fastest team on surf. No one's quicker than them. And you pick up Jalen Ramsey, who's still out, but you put Ramsey, Howard. God, man. Holland's back there at safety. Dude, they got a really good – they got an underrated defense.
They're very fast. They're very fast.
The fastest team you're ever going to see. It's awesome.
That's going to be a great game for the
defense
casual.
I'm worried about always, but the offense I'm never worried about. It's the defense I'm always scared about, but
for the casual football fan – that's going to be a great game to watch because the ball's just going to be flying all over the place.
But Vic Fangio, remember, he's a top. His defenses are always top 10 every year. Like the guy is awesome, and now he has names to go with him. And I'm telling you, man, I get it. Everybody's going to talk their shit about the Dolphins. They're going to be like, "Oh, you're a Dolphins fan. That's why you're going to pick it." Dude, I've never felt this good about a team ever.
No, listen, I as you should.
They make some noise.
This is the first year I'm going to say that this is the first year in a very long time where I almost said the AL, the AFC East is as wide open as it is. You can legitimately make a case for any of the 4 teams to win that division.
Correct.
But you never know, because you never know. Listen,
I do.
Belichick's girlfriend might light a fire under his ass with this whole breakup and everything. So just throwing that.
Yeah, and to get into,
I've learned in my life you never bet against Bill.
And well, to get into that point, we can just go right into that game. Good segue. Great job. So to get into that game, so now just Belichick is going through his little breakup. One thing that no one's talking about is guess who's coming to the game today? Who's going to be celebrating the game today? Mr. Public Breakup himself, Tom Brady. I'm sure Brady can give him some tips on how to get around this stuff. Be like, that's all right. It's all right if you like to stick things up. He'll find a way to get him out of it. So it's good to have Brady there. And that's the only thing that worries me about that game is Brady being in probably in a luxury box, but I wouldn't put it past him to suit up by if they're losing at halftime. I can see that.
Listen, I mean, I don't know. Did you catch that little reel with the Manning cast?
I did.
That was hysterical.
Dude, they're very funny, man. They
really are.
No, they really need to but it has to be like it can't be like a scripted show. I need them to have like ad libbing. That's what I want. I want
100%. They're
goes just like and things. Oh my god, like their own Saturday Night Live. It'd be awesome.
Peyton Manning's Saturday Night Live skit when he was playing with the kids was the
Mahomes'
single greatest thing I've ever watched in my life. It was fantastic, and I loved every second of it.
That's exactly what Mahomes looked like this Thursday.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was.
Yep.
But I don't know who just commented that. Someone commented, "Oh my god!" But
that sounds. I can see it's a Facebook user. My guess is it sounds like an Angelo. Oh my god!
It's either going to be an Angelo, a Sal, or a David. Those are going to be my guesses.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Angelo.
Yeah, so it's that's going to be my guess as to who it was. I can't tell who it is.
Hey, turn your radio down.
Hopefully they reveal themselves. Oh, easy. Here we go. There you go. Okay. But yeah. So in terms of that game, it's listen, it's a bird gang thing. It's a Philly thing, right? Is that going to be the team that it's basically the Philadelphia Bulldogs because they drafted everyone from Georgia to play.
I was right. It was Angelo.
It was Angelo. Yes.
Angelo.
So yeah. All right. I wouldn't be surprised if Angelo was Lorenzo Van's whatever.
He's got a lot of profiles.
He has a lot of aliases. That's another game, honestly, that I feel like doesn't make sense. I feel like that it's either going to be Las Vegas is giving you a free gift in week 1, or they're looking to cash in on every dollar they could make on week 1, because that line makes 0 sense to me. 0 cents.
I'm not gonna be scared from it. I think the Eagles are just gonna run them over. Now, obviously, like another stat for you, a little nerd nugget for you. The Super Bowl losers the next year, week 1, record is 5-8. I'm sorry, 5-18. So, that's where it comes in. But again, there was 5. So,
Angelo, I agree with you, buddy. Browns get the cash. No, they were showing that, and they were showing there was another stat that they were talking about, and obviously it went to shit really fast with Thursday night's game. But they were saying that quarterbacks that don't play at all during the preseason were winless in week 1, and they were listing all the guys, and Jared Goff was one of them, and obviously that went to complete shit.
Yeah, honestly, some guys I don't care. Like Aaron Rodgers doesn't have to play. Guys.
Well, no, you see, I disagree. This year, Aaron Rodgers should have played because you're on a new offense.
Maybe, but he's still that good.
Again, Angelo, another. Burrow gets 275 and the Bengals are -1. It makes no sense to me. Angelo, if you caught it earlier, I'm all in on the Browns. They are very. I think they're the dark horse in the AFC. I really do. I really, really do. But let's real quick. We always got bills to pay. to bring you the show. Jeff, you and Ray have started out a little venture.
Yeah,
We're
JR
thankfully
Apparel.
our new sponsors.
Yeah. So yeah, we have JR Apparel. We have shirts out right now. We have a decent amount sold, which actually is pretty cool because the last time we tried this, everybody wanted it for free. Nobody wanted to buy it. Now people are buying it, and it's actually kind of cool to see our designs, be out there because there's a decent amount out there now. We have a Kenny Pickett Steelers one, which is one of my favorites. This is one of my favorites. So that one's out there. You got hoodies, you got the T-shirts. That's for all the Pittsburgh fans. We have another good one, Bills Mafia. All right, they come in different colors, by the way, most of them. But the Bills Mafia one I like. Kind of like perfectly. That's a Bills fan, man. That's pretty much what it is. We have a Dak head, which is a Dallas Cowboys. You're a Dak head. Got that one. Not sure how long he's going to be a quarterback this year, but we'll see. We have what's the other ones we have here? Pop them up. I forgot what else we have. Oh, Bird Gang. There you go. This one's for Ambro. Got the Bird Gang here. Different colors, different, everything I said. We got plenty of this stuff. They're fairly priced. The Danny Dime ones, you guys can just don't worry about that one. That's getting changed. I spoke to a few people about that. So we have Sauce Gardner. That's again different colors than that. We also have. Do we have the Aaron Rodgers one up or no?
I did not load that for you. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. You go on jrapparelshop.com. Everything's in there. Everything's fair priced. The Greatness shirts are pretty good. It's an Aaron Rodgers Jets one. And we have a couple more coming. But the Danny Dimes one, Giants fans we'll have that up probably, I'd say by tonight, maybe. You think before the game? I might have it up tonight. I'm just waiting. I'm just getting some last minute little art redone to it, but we'll have that up. If not tonight, definitely by tomorrow. And we have way more to come. We'll have a Browns one, Packers. Of course, I'm going to make a Dolphins one. We're going to have plenty of stuff. Go there. You have fired up shirts like this. If you guys want to just support us. Ian, your double XL is on the way. So you can stop with that. Don't worry about it. We got you. Yeah, man. So that's pretty much what we have going on.
That's awesome. I wish you guys nothing but the best.
Yeah,
I know we're partners in the fired up sports aspect, but I wish you guys nothing but the best with the JR Apparel venture, and I will make sure to rock some gear. You just got to get me a Colts one, bro.
Let's find out what happens week 1. Maybe I'll make you a nice Colts one, probably an Anthony Richards one.
Yeah, or maybe just put the horseshoe upside down, put like help.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a good one. I'll figure something out for you. Don't worry.
But let's get it. We got 2 more games. Both of them are the local games. It's going to be the Giants versus America's team. They're home versus the Dallas Cowboys. I think the Giants are 0-10 in the last 10 against the Cowboys. Is that something?
The Cowboys are 11 out of 12.
11 out of 12.
Yeah, 11 out of 11.
So I mean, it's
Giants are 2.
Pretty. You could say that every year.
I know.
Listen,
you can say the Cowboys win the Super Bowl every year. It doesn't mean nothing.
It doesn't mean you're right. So listen, I work with a bunch of delusional Giants fans. And I've said it time and time again. I think I dislike Giants fans more than I actually dislike the Giants. I think you're absolutely well, that's fine. But this is a football show, so don't ever mention baseball again. Okay. I think you're ass backwards for giving Daniel Jones that amount of money. There is no way in the world you're going to tell me
that's a lot of money.
There's zero way he lives up to that contract. The person you should have given the money to, you gave basically a handshake and a slap on the ass and said, "Go get him, Tiger." Okay. Their wide receivers.
Do you pay running backs like that? Or do you just do like what a lot of teams are doing? And it makes
listen, it's going to come to a point where people are going to stop being running backs because running backs just get shitted on. They don't get paid. Or what you're going to notice is they're going to have to make a significant change in the draft salary breakdown. Like a running back is going to have to be able to get more money initially out of college than any other position because 90% of the time on that, unless they're like a generational player, they're not getting that second big bag. The quarterback will, the running back will, hell, a tight end will.
Yeah, I mean, I heard a couple things. Actually, there's one good idea. It'll never happen, but very good idea because I know running backs have an issue with, like they're not getting paid. So they're eventually going to be hybrids. They're going to be a wide receiver that
Cordell Patterson.
It's going to be something like that real soon. But that's the thing. A lot of teams, what they're doing is they're drafting a running back. They're abusing him for 4 or 5 years, and then they get rid of him, and they redraft another one, and they keep going because you can interchange running backs for the most part. I mean, a handful of them are superstars. Someone like I don't know. There's a name out of Jonathan Taylor. Let's just go with Jonathan Taylor. So you have him, but the thing is, a good idea I heard, which will never ever happen, but I think it's a really cool idea. You cannot draft a running back in the NFL draft. You can't do it. They can go to the highest bidders. So that's how they'll get their money. You don't draft them.
Yeah, that works. I mean, like you got to get them the money somehow.
I think that would be really cool. It'll never happen, but that would be a really cool idea.
I get it, but let's get back for the game itself, right?
Yeah.
This is the first time we're not going to see Zeke in a Dallas Cowboy. It's going to be Tony Pollard show. Yeah, I just felt bad that Zeke's last play was him lined up on the center, getting absolutely mangled. But
forcefully.
Listen, Dak has now, I mean, not good company, but now has company in the quarterback room. Trey Lance was traded over there. I didn't understand it, but whatever. But that defense has been absolutely stout. It really has, led by Micah Parsons. He's an absolute beast. I have no faith in the Giants. I think Dable overachieved last year. I think that
they did just get Isaiah Simmons for literally nothing.
Literally
nothing.
But hold on. But Jeff, you have to think to yourself, right? That's one of two things. That's either the Cardinals are really bad at player judgment.
No, they're nothing, dude. They just want to get rid of people.
I get that, but my thing is like this guy was a top 8 pick out of Clemson. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's possible he can
right? He can play safety, linebacker. You can get him inside. You play defense.
What's that old expression though? Jack of all trades, master of none.
No, but he's really fucking good at all of them. So
apparently not. Apparently not because no one else was knocking on the door for him.
Man, they're trying to lose.
I understand that, but nobody else knocked on the Cardinals' door to say, "Hey, I'll take this guy." I don't know. I'm going to
do that.
Like I said, I know I'm going to come off as a Giants hater, and that's fine.
Yeah, you already do. It's already very, very, very clear. Which is okay.
It's not. Here's my thing. My team sucks. I know we suck, and I don't pretend that we don't suck. Okay. The fact that Giants fans are dying on a cross for Daniel Jones is beyond.
Yeah, no, I think that. I mean, I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's a manageable quarterback. I don't think he's worth that.
He is. There's 30. There's what is it? 30 starting quarterbacks in the league.
He only had one really good year, right? I mean, realistically.
What is it? No, what is it? 28 or 30? 28. No.
Who? DJ?
24? Huh? No. I'm saying how many starting quarterbacks? What is it? 24? Yeah, it's 8, 4, 32.
Did you just say 24?
Yeah, I'm shot. I'm brain. No, I said 32. I'm saying I was counting 8, 16, 24, 32.
All right.
So there's 32 quarterbacks. He is 24th.
Really? I'd put him in top 20.
I don't. I can name you 20 quarterbacks better than Daniel Jones. Well, we'll save that for another show.
Yeah.
I think the Cowboys come into MetLife and do what they normally do.
We can't do that to them right now.
That's fine. Well, I think the Cowboys come in. I think the Cowboys come in, do what they do as always to the Giants, and they beat them. That's just
I can't, man.
I don't. The Giants, I think, are not as good as everyone makes them out to be.
I don't like betting against the home dogs. I don't.
So
especially division home dogs. I don't know. I think it's set up for a Giants win. I can't wait for this. I really want to watch that game. That's like the one game I do want to watch.
Well, I mean, thankfully, it's the Sunday night game. You know. but
half a
yeah,
bet.
Ray is laughing, saying
Yeah,
that,
no, he's right.
I
That's
caught.
why I said he can't defend himself really because he's not on the show today. But
It's fine, Ray.
I'm
Next
wrong.
week
He's not wrong.
you can. Ray, next
Ray,
week after this game, you could tell me how big of an idiot I am for
Ray,
saying he's
do me a
24.
favor. I said he's at least top 20. Can we agree on that?
Ray, he
24
may
is
actually. I'm waiting for Ray to come back and say he's really like he's 29. Then
Oh no,
let's
but
just,
by I said top 20, I'm thinking like maybe like 16, 17, like in that ballpark. I mean,
he's
not
bad, bro. He's
bad.
bad.
I just don't think
bad.
he's worth that money. I don't think anybody
He's
is really.
bad. Let's go into the game that everyone is looking forward to. It's going to be Monday night. Aaron Rodgers and the new look New York Jets taking on the Buffalo Bills and the already named NFL Comeback Player of the Year, DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah, it's already done.
So,
once
yeah,
he steps on the field, it's over.
Yeah, he steps on the field. He already won the award. That's the easiest money anyone can ever win. I just think I drafted Aaron Rodgers in one of my big leagues. I paired him with Garrett Wilson. I think that he seems to be having fun. I think he seems to be having fun. When he was on the Pat McAfee show a couple days ago, he looked like he had a new lease on life for football with this Jets team, and I think he's really enjoying himself. Do I think they're going to be as successful as everyone's thinking? No. I think the Bills are still the cream of the crop in that division. But I think this is I will say this is a must win. And it's crazy to say that week 1. This is a must win for the New York Jets in week 1 because their schedule is murderer's row.
Yeah,
they go.
Being the AFC East, you got to play those teams twice all year.
So their first 6 weeks, Jeff, it's Buffalo, at Dallas, home against New England, home against Kansas City, at Denver, home against Philly.
I don't think Denver's maybe that much of an issue, but
that's the one outlier. But that first 6 games is a rough patch.
No, it is. That actually is. I didn't look at the schedule, but
bad.
That's yeah. No. And then you got to think. You got to play again the Bills, the Pats, the Dolphins. You got to play them twice all year. It's
right.
One home, one away. Obviously, this is by far. I mean, I'm sure nobody can disagree with this. Toughest division in football, hands 100%. Down. No debate whatsoever. NFC East, you can give it but
I mean, not for nothing. You could probably listen. The AFC North is not going to be a walkthrough either with Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Cleveland, and
Pittsburgh has no chance.
Baltimore.
I think it's going to be more. Yeah, I think it's going to be more Baltimore, Cincy, but I don't count out the Browns this year. Like we were saying earlier, I don't count them out.
Right.
I'm not. It's the Browns, man. Until they prove me wrong, it's the Browns to me. I can't. They haven't proved me wrong once.
It is what it is. But we're getting to the tail end of the show. So a couple features that we're going to start. Me and Jeff, we carried the flag today. Our partners will be back next week to join in with us. But every week we're going to do a couple things. This week it'll be the first of our prop parlay that we put together. And just to show you, we actually took it ourselves. So I have the screen. So we're going to go for the fired up sports parlay. So here it is. You're going to get 12 plus 1285 odds. All right. So we got Tyler Lockett, anytime touchdown. Tyler Higbee.
Yeah, that's. Oh, wait. Let's just say who made these picks because if it's 3 out of 4, someone can get really, really like bullied.
Right. So who was this? Who was the Tyler Lockett pick?
That was Mr. Billy Punch.
So Mr. Billy Punch took Tyler Lockett, anytime scorer. Right. I took Tyler Higbee over 43.5 yards receiving. Yep. I think he's the only option for them to throw to today. So this shouldn't be an issue, and they're going to be behind. I believe that you took Calvin Ridley over 63.5 yards. I see what you did there. And then Mr. Race Marsh took Justin Herbert over 1.5, which should be super, super easy to hit. So yeah. So let's go through the last thing we're going to do.
Man, let's win money together. Come on, clap it
up. Absolutely. Let's do it. So let's we're going to do it. Yes. So let's go through the game picks. Jeff, we'll start with yours. You got Atlanta at home covering against Carolina. You got Cincinnati over Cleveland, Jacksonville over Tennessee, Minnesota You got Tennessee going on the road and beating New Orleans. You got San Francisco going on the road and beating Pittsburgh. You got the home teams in Washington, Baltimore, Chicago, Denver. Then you got 2 more roads, Philly and Miami. Finally, you got Seattle, Giants, and Jets.
Yeah.
Jeff,
Now, wait. Before you go, I wanna propose.
What's your best pick?
I'll tell you that in a second. I want to propose something right away, though. Can we do something where the loser gets a punishment for the whole year? We'll pick all year. Whoever has the worst record has to get a punishment. I mean,
That's fine.
Guys, but
we'll discuss what it is.
We'll find a good punishment. It's not going to be like
Ray would have to drink regular Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely do something like something really fucking stupid, but like it's going to be fun.
That's fine. 100%.
Yeah, my best bet today. I'm going to go with the commies.
The commies.
Lay
in the 7.5. All right. Let's go to the aforementioned Ray Smarsh. Ray likes pretty much every home team except for Jacksonville, Vegas, Philly, and Dallas. It's funny, Giants fan, and he's taking Dallas. Bet with your head, not with your heart.
Yeah.
All right, Billy. Billy likes to lay the points. I don't think Billy took many underdogs, if at all, actually. I'm checking right now. No, I stand corrected. Billy took 2 underdogs in the whole thing. Oh, no, wait. 4 underdogs. Everyone seems to be going across mine right here. I got Carolina beating Atlanta. I think I'm the only one that took Carolina. I have Tennessee. I have Vegas. I have Dallas. My best pick of the day is going to be New England. I'm telling you now, I'm saying it right now, the New England Patriots beat the Philadelphia Eagles straight up at home. Outright. Bill,
how much money would you lay on it? How much money would you want to put on it?
Well, I mean,
how confident are you?
Listen, I'm a retired I'm a retired degenerate, otherwise I'd be divorced. It's I'm confident enough to say that I'm confident.
All right, good enough.
I will leave it at that. Real quick, Jeff, let's go through. You and I will get everyone else's picks next week, but real quick, let's run it through. Okay, we are going to go through here. So let's go. Let's start it out. AFC East. Who's your pick?
To win a division, correct?
Yes.
All right, I'm going Miami. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I think it's a good year for them. I think Buffalo just slightly goes, and I think the Jets are right there too. I think three of those teams definitely go into playoffs. That's for sure.
I'm double downing on it. I'm taking Miami as well.
Yeah.
All right. AFC North.
Really? Nice.
Yes.
Good.
AFC North.
AFC North. I'm gonna go Cincy. I'm gonna go Cincy.
I'm gonna take the Cleveland Browns. I'm taking the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I think this week the Browns might do some damage because it just seems to be that way. But I don't disagree with you on that. So, but I think in the long run, it's got to be Cincy.
All right. I mean, I think we both know where our pick is going to be. This one for the AFC South.
I'm going Jags. I'm jagging off.
Same.
Off, baby.
All right. This one, I think we're gonna differ a little bit. AFC West. Who do you got?
It's really hard to pick against Kansas City.
No, it's not. I'm taking the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm going
Kansas City. I'm gonna go Kansas City because it's very hard, man. I can't. They didn't look great, but I feel like every year they're like that, and everyone thinks that Mahomes, that's it. He can't be. He's only a system quarterback. He's only that. I think KC's gonna do.
I gotcha. NFC East. Who do you got? Remember, no team since the Cowboys has repeated as division champs.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, I talked about it a lot today. I'm going Washington Commanders, baby. I think this is a good spot for them. I think it's going to be a. No, fuck that. Scratch that. Philly. I'm going Philly. Can't do it.
I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys. I think that this is. I think for Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott, this is it. Like you do not get another chance.
Yeah.
You either do it this year or find yourself playing for another team next year.
Yeah, no, So Philly, I'm going Philly.
All right, NFC North.
Bears. We already went through that. I think
All right.
I think the Bears definitely get taken. I think the Lions are going to be close. I think it's going to be within a game.
Well, that's who I'm taking. I'm taking the Lions. NFC South.
This sucks. This division sucks.
Yeah, it does. Division. But somebody's got to win it.
I know, it's so unfortunate. You know what? The only quarterback I'm going to trust there is Derek Carr, so I'll go Saints. It's the only quarterback I can trust that whole. The division sucks. They're terrible. I don't know. If I would pick none of them.
I have an immense amount of respect for Frank Reich, and I think that this is probably the best year for them. I'm going to take the Carolina Panthers to win this.
Do you believe one of those teams is going to be in the playoffs?
They have to be by rule. They have to be, but I think the Carolina Panthers win this division. Lastly, we got the NFC West.
This is easy. This is San Fran all the way. I don't even think anyone can be close this year. It's not even close.
Likewise, I don't see it. All right, the last pick, Jeff, and then we're off the air. Who is your Super Bowl, and who do you have winning the Super Bowl for the 2023?
So you want the matchup in the winner?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna give you three. I'm not gonna give you three. I'm just gonna you'll see where I'm going. My long shot Super Bowl. My long shot is gonna be Jets and Lions.
Okay.
Do I have to pick a winner out of that, or you just want me to?
No. Just give me the one that you like. Your pick. That's the only one I want you to give me the winner.
Okay, my heart is Dolphins Eagles. I'm sorry, Dolphins Niners. What I think is going to happen this year, I think it's going to be Bengals Niners. I think it's going to be Bengals Niners. Yeah.
Who's coming out of that game?
I think the Niners are coming out. I think it's Shanahan. Yeah,
it's funny that you did three because I'm going to give you two. So every year in preparation for my fantasy drafts, I take Madden and I simulate the season 10 times.
That's how I did my pre-draft. Like I didn't do a damn thing for fantasy this year. I literally
simulate it 10 times and I write down all the stats. So like quarterbacks, where they were, who won MVP, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
The Madden Super Bowl that was most frequent in that 10 times. So I'm taking not it wasn't necessarily that matchup, but the teams, representing the NFC was the Atlanta Falcons.
That's dumb. But go on. Yeah, it's a Madden. It's Madden.
It's Madden.
Doesn't even count.
It was Jacksonville, Atlanta were the two teams that appeared most in the Super Bowl.
Jacksonville's not that far-fetched. It's really not. It's not that far-fetched.
For me, I think that this year is going to be a year of two teams that have had no luck getting there. I think that this is finally the year that we get the Dallas Cowboys versus the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, the Browns. I think you said the Bills.
In the Super Bowl. And I do believe that this is the year the Cleveland Browns raise the Lombardi Trophy at the end of the year.
Oh, my God, dude. We got to that should be your long shot. That should not be your actual pick.
It is my actual pick.
All right. I just hope, right, the same day we're giving out our first week's picks, like, no one's going to trust you. No one's going to trust you. Not after that. That's just – I think the Jaguars have a better chance. But I'm very high, and I will say I'm very high, but I'm also very high on Trevor Lawrence. If you have him in fantasy, monster. The guys
I wanted him in all my leagues, and I got snaked on him. Every single one.
But I was a Trevor Lawrence fan, like, for years, and we all know that. But yeah, I think Trevor Lawrence. I think this is it, man. He's going to take that huge step. No more Urban Meyer. So I think, dude, if you have Trevor Lawrence, you just hammer him all day with everything. Guys, over everything. This is going to be a good year for him. A really big breakout year, I feel.
It is pouring outside.
Yeah, for
That's
you.
all
I'm
saying.
not in Connecticut. I'm in New York. I don't think we have anything going on here. It's cloudy, but
But all right, guys, this has been week 1 of the tailgate. We will be back next week. It's drizzling. We will be back with myself, Jeff, Billy, Ray, and we will have a special guest next week. Guys,
we want to try to have a guest. We want to have a guest like every couple of weeks. So if anybody wants to jump on or whatever, just let us know.
And also, guys, send us your questions, fantasy, anything related. We'll answer them on the air. We'll make sure you can send them during the week, and then we'll get to them on the show. We want to make this as fan friendly as possible. We hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. Happy week 1, guys. Football is here. We're just a little bit under an hour away from the kickoff of first Sunday in football. Smell it in the air. Get your wings. Get your pizza. Just got a 12:30 delivery.
Right. Rest in peace, Jimmy Buffett. Fins up, baby. Fins up.
Yes.